Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Candy's Cozy Couch. My name is Candace and my nickname is Candy. That's how I came up with that really fair name. That's right, fair indeed. Well, boys and girls, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's the national holiday in celebration of Martin Luther King. It's National Day of Service. So, of course, this is an off day for both you and me. No one has to work. Well, some people still work, but schools are definitely closed, and a lot of different government institutions like the banks and the mail will not run today. So, it is definitely a holiday, an opportunity to have reflection and continued activation of what Dr. Martin Luther King, partly of what he stood for. The part that most everyone knows about. So, I do have a book that I'm going to share with you this morning, and I hope that you guys are up, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's still early in the morning. It's not super early though. It's not like get up and go to school early, so it's a little later than that. So I'm assuming you guys are woke and up and out, not necessarily out, but around the house and about, taking care of your daily morning tasks, making sure your breakfast is in your belly so you're full and satisfied, and then soon taking on the day. I'm noticing that there is sunshine today, and I'm loving that. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that part, even though it's winter time and it's probably cold. But it hasn't been cold, according to Michigan weather. So I'm pretty impressed about that, too, or concerned at the same time. Anyway, boys and girls, get yourselves ready. We have a story, and this one is entitled This is the Dream by Diane Z. Shore and Jessica Alexander, and it is illustrated by James Ransom. Okay? And on the back, it's just a beautiful cover, kind of showing stars and the stripes of the flag. And this is kind of a nice little mural picture here on the inside cover, showing a little bit of what it was back in the times when Dr. Martin Luther King was alive. It was an army without guns, but not without strength. And that was Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. from a quote from 1964. This is the dream. These are the fountains that stand in the square, and the black and white signs say who will drink there. So unfortunately, ruled by color, and instead of celebrating the beauty of color, more or less made it a separation, white and colored. These are the buses. A dime buys a ride, but the people are sorted by color inside. Again, real petty reason to have gone through so much. Very petty. These are the restaurants where whites only eat, at tables up front and at lunch counter seats. But find it kind of interesting that they can eat there, but don't seem to mind being served by someone that looks different than them. These are the library's two separate sections with separate bookcases and separate selections. And the flag that you see on the building is the Confederate flag. These are the doors that are closed in the schools, and separate but equal is not just a rule, but a law that's enforced on the buses and trains. and in theaters, restrooms, department store chains, and in libraries, hospitals, all public places, dividing up people by colors and races, with harsh written words that are slapped on the walls, denying both freedom and justice for all. And this is part of our history in this country, boys and girls. So just increasing your awareness to know how far we've come and where we stand now. These are the students who stepped through the doors where people of color have not walked before. That's right, when they were going to integrate schools and allow blacks and whites to be educated in the same buildings. That was rough. That was rough. These are the passengers on weary feet, walking until they can choose their own seat. That's right. They boycotted the buses until they finally gave way to allow us to ride together on the buses today. See, I can rhyme too. These are the diners who sit and who wait at the whites only counter, ignoring the hate. And again, this was a non-violent tactic. So those that were sitting didn't do anything physical to all the people who were being mean and angry and harsh towards them. That took a lot of resolve to be able to do that. These are the marchers who forge through the streets as they carry their message through shimmering heat. They came together in large groups, large amounts of people, marching for freedom, equality, and justice. Justice for all, as a matter of fact. We got Ella Baker, Walter White, Thurgood Marshall, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on the photos on this page. These are the leaders whose powerful voices lift up the marchers demanding new choices for fair paying jobs and a good education, to vote without fear, and to live in a nation where everyone's equal and judged from within, never jailed or arrested because of their skin, fighting firm without fists, sitting down, standing tall, pressing onward towards freedom and justice for all. This is the fountain that stands in the square, and the unwritten rule is to take turns and share, as it should be. Because at the end of the day, there's only one race, and we're only in one race. And that is the human race, and the race is life. But all winners don't have to be in first place. This is the bus that roars through the streets, and all of the passengers choose their own seat. This is where we are now today. This is the restaurant where up in the front, the black and white sign says open for lunch. This is the library, books wall to wall, free to be read, not by some, but by all. And speaking of books, I got this book from the library. This is the school where the doors open wide and the children are learning together inside about students and marchers and leaders who fought to make right what was wrong without violence they sought. To make changes together, establish new laws. With many small triumphs, they strengthened their cause. As they sat at the counters and rode through the stations and gathered up hands as they marched through the nations, with courage they rallied and answered the call, dreaming of freedom and justice for all. And all literally is very absolute. That's anyone under the sun. That's all. That's what that word all means. And that is the end of our story. I like the flag. Oh, this is nice. On the back here. Justice for all. Freedom. Yay. That's nice. See how diverse everyone's together. And that is the end. Now, boys and girls, again, today is the National Day of Service in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so this is a day where you can be of service. This is a day where you can help others, where you can do something nice for someone. This is a day where you can appreciate all of the efforts, all of the hard-fought battles back in the day, in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, right in those 3 decades, and actually beyond that. So I'm just saying roughly around Martin Luther King's era, but even beyond that, even before that time, and continuing even to this day. So, keeping that in mind, it's good to have another story here on Candy's Cozy Couch. Make sure you learn about Martin Luther King Jr. today, if you don't already know. Google is your best friend. And, of course, books. That's why I like to read them on the couch. All right. Enjoy your day. I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.